Welcome back to Danganronpa V3. We're in the 4th class trial, and we figured out Miyu's true motive behind bringing us to the virtual world. Now the suspicion falls on Kokichi as her killer. So, let's figure out the circumstances behind her death.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance? Kokichi claims it was Miyu who chose the meeting place. But I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
Yeah.
I see. Miyu sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
Whoops, my hand slipped. Yep.
If that's the case, then Miyu might not have even gone to the roof.
I think she did that to move any suspicion away from her, because if she was still alive, if she had killed Kokichi, if she had been able to lie about how the simulation works, we would have never guessed that she had a way to get to the other side of the map.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
It's true. First we need to determine if Miyu was actually there or not. Did she go, or was she never on the roof at all? Let's see what they say.
Miyu was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Miyu should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So, her meeting with Kokichi.
She stood me up?
At first glance, it seems as if it's impossible for Miyu to go to the mansion, but there has to be some evidence that shows it was possible.
Miyu was waiting.
Well, Tsumugi saw her. Then there's the loud noise. What else do we have? Miyu's corpse. That's got no bearing on it. Kokichi in the salon. No one would have seen him. That's not relevant.
Sure she was
Settings on Kokichi's avatar. That's not relevant at the moment.
waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
It has to be Tsumugi's account,
Miyu should
right?
have been at the chapel.
Let's try this. Nope. Oh no, the white text was in the way. Okay, cool.
Miyu must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Right.
Yeah, when I was searching the dining room, I saw Miyu pass by the window. Then why didn't you say so sooner? Sorry, I thought I was just mistaken at first.
Right, I mean, by all known laws of the virtual world, there was no way she could have been there, so...
Since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Miyu.
Mm-hmm.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
There must have been some special method only Miyu knew, like with that cell phone.
Exactly.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated.
Yep.
She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene, just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
Exactly.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure out. It's called a secret method for a reason.
She has a point.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-okay.
What?
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time. This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
Here we go with this again.
Shut up!
I don't have time to deal with Kokichi or Kaito. Right now, I need to focus on the case. I'm positive that Miyu used some kind of special method to get to the mansion. Okay, I just have to figure out what it was. It's the wall that she added, I think. Wall added by me, there it is.
The way across it only Miyu
What does this say? Yes, this.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard, maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported with magic.
I think that's the closest we've got.
Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across. I
That.
suppose it is possible she used that to change places.
Man, you guys are way off. Or maybe I'm just pulling your legs.
A secret method only Miyu knows. It's what Kibo said. She added the wall.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across.
I agree. That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass
Don't
through.
be naive, Shuichi.
Oh.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, Mew set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious, but it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? You losing your edge? Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
Man, everyone is so stressed out in this trial. So we just need to prove that she was an object to go through that wall. Oh, come on.
How Mew got from the chapel to the mid, so why waste time talking about the impossible? It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
Now wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
Yeah, let Shuichi finish the sentences.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
You're wrong.
Cut through your words.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
That's right.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Oh, but I do worry, Kaito.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
Then her secret route was through that wall?
Yep.
that's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map.
Pretty much.
I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
No.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? Because Mew said...
No, you're not trapped here. Beyond that wall is the end of the world, literally. Past that wall, nothing exists. Everything ends there. But that's what she
She
said.
probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
You lied.
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall.
You're disgusting.
She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
Kokichi, you no have to go that far.
Stop it! Don't badmouth Mommy!
Mama Taro?
Listen to you, talking about Mommy like she was a terrible lying whore. But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden route in that virtual world.
I don't know about hidden route, but what if the map just wraps around on itself?
Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Oh, if you say that hint is important, then I guess it must be true.
Oh, shoot!
Ah, jeez. You're lucky you're cute.
Was Kokichi saying all that stuff about Miyu to get the cubs to reveal something? I guess I should thank him, but I have no idea why he does things sometimes.
So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program? If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that setting was meaningless.
Miyu wouldn't have done something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes. Mew definitely wanted to be able to go through that wall for a reason. We aren't sure why yet, but once we solve the mystery of the virtual world...
Mystery of virtual world?
There have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world. If we can determine why, we will also determine what Mew was up to. We'll know why she wanted to pass through the wall.
All right, let's clear up those strange occurrences. Yeah, Gonta will help, even though Gonta not know what you're talking about.
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing. Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
The events that led us there. What is she talking about? What strange occurrence happened in the virtual world? It would have to be the signboard, right? No, I'm talking about when we were both in the oh, the loud noise then. Because I thought we were talking about how the map must be connected, but it must be the loud noise then.
This is it!
We still don't know what that
You
was.
mean the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
What was that sound? It sounded as if something was struck very hard. It came from outside, but...
You all heard that sound too?
We're finally going to get some clarification on this.
Yes, in the mansion's kitchen.
But that sound occurred near the chapel. How did you hear it all the way at the mansion?
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point. Did that sound really come from the chapel?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real loud.
And we definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice as well.
But only Shuichi and Tsumugi heard it. Everyone else at the mansion didn't. So what's it about the kitchen then, huh? Maybe there is a hidden passage. For now, let's go outside and check. What? That was Kibo's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. He sounded close.
You heard my voice too?
What? That is pretty strange.
Exactly. That has to be some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual world.
Okay, well, let's check the answers later and try to find all the other clues first. There was another mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Kokichi talked like he noticed something. Pretending not to know?
Even Gonta is suspicious of me? I always thought you would be the one to trust me!
Sorry, going to not mean it like that.
There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
What was the other strange occurrence? Did you see it, Shuichi?
Another mysterious phenomenon. Something that shouldn't have been possible, like Mew in the mansion or that loud noise. It had to be the signboard, but I guess we're doing mine. Okay. There it is. Okay, how do I want to do this? Really badly is the answer to that, actually. Yep, I've goofed this up tremendously.
I see it! The sign that we were using as a bridge was odd to me.
Odd how?
We mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river.
Yep, we're gonna see this again for about the 4th time.
We found it later, but there was something unnatural about it.
Finding the sign was definitely weird. I'm most confused about how the sign got there. I should remember exactly what happened with that sign. Alright, here we go. I mean, I've said it before, I do like Psyche Taxi, but it just takes such a long time. And now the blocks are moving. Alright, come on, I got this. I can do this. I'm really not that bad at games. At which point was the signboard swept away? At which point of the river? Oh, mansion. No, river. Oh boy. Where is the end of the river? That's the chapel side. They've stopped moving. That's suspicious. What's it about to throw at me now? Oh, no, they're moving again. Oh, and there are cars. There are cars everywhere. Oh my good lord. Oh, come on. Ooh. Where was the signboard found after it was swept away? By the mansion. Man, they give you a lot of time for this. Oh, and there are 4 phases as well. That's new. I think we've only had 3 up until now. Ooh, it's a straight line. I can do this. Oh, that is a long question, though. Wait, I can do this if I slow down. That was alright, I suppose. There we go. Compared to the river's current, which way did the signboard float? Apparently, from the chapel to the mansion, the opposite way. But I'm still on my theory of the world just wrapping around on itself. I think that's probably the most likely situation here. So, against the current. There we go. Nice.
It appeared as though the sign was carried against the river's current. We all saw Mew drop the sign and watched the river carry it downstream. And the river was wide there. The sign should have traveled downriver toward the chapel, correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not where we found it. We found it near the mansion, nestled in some rocks.
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side? She probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall to cross the river.
Yeah, but then why would she leave it in the rocks? On the mansion side.
Then left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away and leave her stranded?
Right.
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're getting off topic.
Mm-hmm.
We're so close to the truth. We just have to connect the how and what. All the mysterious things that happened have to connect with each other somehow.
He's right.
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current. How are they all connected?
I don't know, but Shuichi should know, right?
Thanks, buddy.
What?
We would be in a lot of trouble if you didn't. The only one who can solve this mystery and save us all is you.
Man, Kokichi has been so weird this chapter.
So, how are they connected? Do you know, Shuichi?
I have an idea.
Well, what we know so far is that the unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall.
Mm-hmm. Oh. What clue is related to the unnatural way the signboard was carried on the river? Is this to do with... Alright, let's have a look. No, there's nothing about the items in there. Non-human objects could pass through it. I'm guessing that's it? That's probably the closest thing we've got, isn't it? So it's that.
This is it! It might have to do with a wall that only objects can pass through. The sign should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel. But if that wall happened to be the one that Mew set to allow objects through...
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through. That means the signboard can pass through the wall, right?
And if the world does wrap around on itself, what if the wall on the left side and the wall on the right side are actually the same wall? That would mean it would just go straight through, right? There doesn't have to be anything to the right of the chapel, it could just go straight to the mansion.
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how did it end up by the mansion?
only way it could do that is if the wall was a warp zone. But it's not, right?
That's right, that's the real issue here. How could the signboard pass through the wall but end up on the mansion's side? What would explain that?
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble.
Thanks? What?
This is the virtual world. We should throw away all of our common sense, okay?
Huh? The hell does that even mean?
Kokichi might be onto something there. We need to forget about what we know and just think about it. How did the signboard pass through the wall downstream and end up upstream? Putting common sense aside and focusing on the flow of the river, it flowed all the way down the river. Downstream and upstream connect.
That's it! What if both ends of the river were connected?
Huh? Both ends of river connected?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel. It's all part of one big loop. The upstream part of the river is connected to it.
What? What are you talking about? Both ends of the river can't...
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
That shouldn't be too hard for Kaito.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
They're the same wall.
Right. Even if the river's connected and it goes through the chapel wall, it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
Nope, not if they were the same wall. They could do that. Wait, in that case...
I got it! I know why Mew only set up one wall.
What are you talking about now?
The reason she only set up one wall is because the chapel and mansion walls... they're the same wall.
That's it! The walls by the chapel and the mansion aren't separate. They're the same wall.
We got there! We finally got there!
The same wall?
It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the y-axis. That single wall divides the entire virtual world. The idea is, you pass through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Everything is starting to connect.
And that would explain why we heard the loud noise by the chapel, because the buildings would be right next to each other in the world if Miyu hadn't divided them with that wall.
See, didn't I tell you? Everything is connected.
Damn it, Kokichi! Just tell us...
It's okay. More importantly, this is the final stretch!
He's getting too excited about this.
If both the river and wall are connected, then you can find the secret. Shuichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
Mm-hmm. The secret, huh? Yeah, I suppose we should clear that up. We need to solve the mystery of the virtual world. Hangman's Gambit, oh goodness. What's this gonna be? Is it like round world? I think I saw some R's in there. How do I play this again? Let's try that. Nope. What are they trying to get me to say? You got some M's, some O's, some L's. Model world? Model? Is there an E? We'll just try it. Oh no, that's a W? Oh wow, oh really? Okay, so... that's an O. That's an R. That's an L, and that's a D. No, that's an L, damn it. That's a D. World. What does it want me to say? Nope. Loops, perhaps? Yeah, world loops.
Yes, that's it. The virtual world is a loop. Loop?
Just like in old games, right? Like, for example, when a character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
I've been saying this for so long. Thank you, Samugi, for knowing what I'm talking about.
Virtual world loops?
What in the world?
If that's true, it would explain the way the signboard was swept away. It vanished into the wall downstream of the river, came out of that same wall upstream, and floated with the current until it got caught on the rocks.
What was the world like before Mew added the wall?
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious? Even if it is a computer program, isn't that too crazy?
A looping world. That's more extraordinary than even magic.
But at least it's not a boring answer. It also explains all the things that happened.
Huh? It doesn't explain everything, does it?
I think you'll find it does.
Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
Because the chapel and the mansion are right next to each other.
Yeah, sound doesn't go past the map loading point.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well.
Huh? Really?
Yes, but first we need to be clear where the loop starts.
It starts at the loading point.
Where the loop starts. Doesn't it loop at the walls next to the mansion and chapel?
No, because Miyu added that wall.
Not necessarily. If we heard a noise at the chapel from inside the mansion, then the loop...
Oh, is it gonna make me... Yeah.
There! The map loading point was where the virtual world looped.
Makes sense if you think about it.
The loading point was in the middle of the map.
And that's why she made the map the way she did.
But the loading point was actually at the edges.
So the wall Mew created wasn't at the edges of the world, but rather, her wall was at the center of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near each other, with a wall between them. And any sounds emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion. The wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sound should be able to pass through easily.
That's right. That's how the virtual world works.
Yay, we did it.
Impressive, Shuichi! For you to get this far! Yes! Yes! You are useful indeed!
I can't help but love him.
For you to get this far, what are you, some villain pulling the strings?
Hmm.
Nope. Mew pulled the strings here, not me. Remember? Mew also set this trap. It all began when Mew showed us the map. Because of the map, we mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center, which in turn made the mansion and chapel seem farther away from each other.
Yeah.
But the structure of the world wasn't actually like that. There was a wall along the y-axis, and the x-axis came around in a loop.
This game really does like repeating itself.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the loop.
So ever since Mew showed us that map, we were caught in her trap. But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi. All hail our savior!
I mean, yeah, Kokichi's been really weird this chapter, but maybe it's just because he was almost killed. I suppose that would shake you up a bit.
Yeah, if Shuichi wasn't here, then we never would have solved this mystery.
That's right. Good work, Shuichi.
Thank you, Himiko.
Thanks, Shuichi. You saved us. You're welcome.
Kaito, what's up?
Just because we found out the virtual world's secret doesn't mean we can take it easy yet. Actually, this culprit hunt just got to the exciting part.
Hmm.
Even if we know all the tricks, it's pretty meaningless if we don't find the culprit. That's how a class trial works, after all!
Kokichi talking like Monokuma again.
I mean, someone has to, because Monokuma's not.
No matter what you say, I'm not gonna believe your lies.
Oh, Kaito.
I'm gonna believe in everyone. That's how I'm gonna reach the truth.
I can't wait to see what happens next!
What is Kokichi's plan here? He's definitely prodding at Kaito on purpose. Well, there's no time for distractions like him. What we have to do is find the culprit who killed Miyu. It doesn't matter how many little mysteries we solve if we can't find the culprit. It would all be for nothing. But I still don't know for sure who it could be. Me neither. Who used Miyu's own plan against her to kill her? Who killed Miyu? Well, we're gonna have to find out in the next couple of episodes, I would assume. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.